This happened 2 years ago while I was living in New York. I was 19, and I was hanging out with my friends in the park one night. It was getting late, so we started heading home. Then my mom called, so I waved my friends on. They needed to take the train to get home, and I only lived 4 blocks away. So I sat down talking to my mom, and this guy comes over. I sort of noticed him, but wasn't really paying attention. I hung up with my mom and noticed this guy standing uncomfortably close to me. He wasn't dressed bad, he was dressed like an old man. He was tall, extremely thin, his face was sunken in, and he had these intense green eyes. So I ask him, "Can I help you?" And he says,
"It's pretty dark. Are you afraid of the dark?"
I'm creeped out, but I don't want him to see it. So I say no and get up and walk away. I'm trying to move quickly without being obvious. When I was half a block from the park, I turned to check if I can still see him. I catch him following me, but he stopped walking when I looked at him. I started feeling very anxious and scared. This guy was stalking me. I didn't want him to see where I lived. I started running, hoping I could get away from him. I run around a corner, and I see a cop a little down the block. I feel relieved. I'll tell the cop I'm being followed, and maybe he can walk me home. I run over to the cop. It's the guy. It's the same guy that was stalking me. That can't be, I was thinking. This has to be a mistake. I was terrified. I couldn't breathe. How could it be him? But he had that same bony face, and those same freaky green eyes. I ran as fast as I could home. I was afraid to look back. I was afraid to look behind to see if he followed me. I made it home, locked the door, and called my mom. I told her I was stalked, and she told me to call the police. I couldn't. I was too afraid to, so I lied to her and said that I did, so she wouldn't bring it up again. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed our video, please like and subscribe. And please send us your stories. You can send them to superdrunkshow@gmail.com.